or into a wood? Well, this is possible. His name is organic architecture. And today, I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to talk about that important person that developed that style, the architecture. His name is Frank Lloyd Wright. And I'm going to tell you about three important stages of his life. The first one, his early life, which was a very important stage of his life. The second one is his contribution to the 20th century in architecture, and the third one will be the most important contribution or most important work from Frank Lloyd Wright. And let's begin. Okay, Frank Lloyd Wright was born in June 8th in 1867 in Richland Center, Wisconsin. Her parents, his father was William Wright and Anna Lloyd Jones. An example, this is Richland Center is an example of the downtown, but he grew up in a farmer. That is a very important part of his life because he brings that part of his life to his design. Frank Lloyd Wright, he attended to the Wisconsin University, but in the university he don't concentrate on the architecture classes. He only can take classes of engineering. That's the reason he dreamed when going to Chicago. In that time, in Chicago developed the skyscrapers and the most important architecture in the United States. Then, Frank Lloyd went to Chicago. And then he started working in an important workshop with Louis Sullivan, is another important architect that we're not talking about. And he started to develop or the skills with sketches, designing, and he early started his own practice in this building. This was a theater. You can see the most of well, it was a skyscraper in that time, the 80s. Okay. This was the first house he designed. Now I'm going to tell you about the styles of his architecture. He developed the Friday style is like a country house, but in this country house, you can see the open floor, open space. He don't like the walls into the kitchen, into the living room or dining room. No, it's always open. You can see these styles in the most important buildings in our era. That was very important architect. And you can see the straight lines, the straight lines. You can see over there, straight line. And the other style that he developed, it was the Art nature into the building, and he developed in the landscape. Uh, then he bring the structure to the landscape. He adapt the structure in the landscape. It's a very very important. I will tell you the other style. It was textile style. In the textile style, he developed the stretch light, but he influenced by the Mayan architecture. Mayan architecture, like we can find in Mexico, or with the pyramids in Mexico. That style he developed too. He was responsible for numerous or innovation, like air conditioning in the buildings and the house, the indirect lighting, the open floors, and the use of concrete blocks. Here in this house, the waterfall house, it was complete with block of concrete, but he used to use the old elements around the nature, like a rocks, like a wood. He incorporated all the elements to the buildings, into the house too. You can see open floor, no wall. Always, you can see the person or the people at the house or the building since from the kitchen to the living room, dining room, always open spaces. Well, now I'm going to talk you about his most important structures or works. I don't know if you was talking, or you was here talking about falling water. Is the most important structure he designed. It was in the middle of the wood, and you can see it's upper in the falling water. It's a very important structure. You can see the open spaces. Is a building with an office. It's an office. You can see only the structure that support, and that's the structures that supports building. It symbolized lilas in the plant, and always ornaments from nature. Always bring the nature to the buildings. That was very important. And this is part of the waterfall house. Sorry. This is other of the important structure. This is the Guggenheim, the Museum Guggenheim in New York. You can see the walls. In the walls that embrace the structure, there are a very important part because the art is in the wall. Don't have wall in the middle. You can walk around the building, around, and you can see wall between the art. The art is around all the building. You can start in the main floor. You can up, always around the art. So it was very important. And this was his house and office and workshop. You can see again in the middle of the nature structure that he designed was houses. But it was in the beginning to the 20th century. Then he developed buildings like a Guggenheim Museum. In Japan, he developed another hotels in Japan. It was very interesting. That is a county civic. This is in San Rafael, in California. This is another big construction. You can see around all the nature, always nature. That was the most important structure that Frank Lloyd Wright developed. And he led us to learn from him, because nowadays you can see all that things in the modern buildings. Because in the modern buildings you can see in the parking lot, you can see around plants, around nature. You can see floor with rugs. Rugs, then the same landscape in the building was constructed. It was an amazing night. I am night. And that is all about Frank Lloyd Wright. Remember, you can see in every house, in every building, some details about him. And now you know more about that important architecture to the 20th century and his early life, his contribution